Hi, I'm Dr. Vignetta Charles, CEO of ETR, Education, Training, and Research, and I'm here to tell you about my mental health story as a part of Mindshare Partners' Leaders Go First campaign. I've learned a lot and unlearned a lot about mental health and how it relates to my professional success. For a long time, my response was to embrace superhero syndrome. A marker of my success was how much I could individually hold. Like there's never too much for Vignetta. I had really embraced being workaholic as a badge of honor. Being a workaholic really felt adaptive for me for a really long time, but then I had all these signals about how unhealthy it actually is and can be. I would prioritize work over prioritizing things like healthy movement, like walking, which I love. I got crispy with the teams I work with. My tone and body language would change at work and at home. And where I might generally be thoughtful and logical and able to inspire people, I instead kind of became sharp and it was harder for me to find humor. And for those who have ever worked with me, you know that humor is a way that I love to center joy. And so if I can't activate humor, everyone knows something is wrong. So, part of my learning has been really understanding how to support my mental wellness and resilience individual to me. It will be different for everyone. For me, engaging with a broad support system, my spouse, family, friends, coach, and engaging in therapy, meaning I have various tools and strategies and people to be able to identify when I'm not feeling great mentally or emotionally, and then use varied tools to work on it and just not power through it. Therapy is a lot more mainstream now, but I would say that when I first engaged in therapy 2 decades ago, it was not normed in my social circle, nor in my Black immigrant family. And a friend at the time, who was also from a Black immigrant family, had been really open about going to therapy, and she made it seem really normal and not scary. She debunked myths I had had about lying on couches and reliving traumas, and let me know that I could guide how therapy went. It's not something happening to me, which is so often the case with healthcare. It's a relationship where I can choose how to engage and at my own pace. Thankfully, therapy is more normed now in my own community and social circles, and it's easier to be open about it. So I've loved having therapists this past 2 decades, and coaches and family and friends, and knowing that I need different types of support at different phases of my life. I'm proud that I've had the opportunity to engage with all of the supports, and I know it's made me a better partner, parent, and leader. But mental wellness is an ongoing journey. Recently, I had a sabbatical supported by the ETR board. I planned for months with the team in advance to ensure that I could truly let go and everything would run smoothly. But even for my sabbatical, I started to create a work plan for myself. It sounds ridiculous, but I was, what are my success metrics? What are my KPIs for my sabbatical? So even when I was supposed to be focused on rest and restoration, I was putting up barriers to allowing myself space to just be. Thankfully, I hooked into my broad support system and the tools that I have and quickly redirected myself to focus on rejuvenation. I also realized that even in talking about my sabbatical journey, I have been reminded about how important modeling healthy behavior in support of our mental health is, especially at work. When I talked about my sabbatical at an ETR staff meeting, I shared about how hard it had been for me to rest initially and how guilty I had felt about even having the opportunity to rest in that way. And so many of my colleagues told me how much that resonated with them and how now they could potentially see a path to being proud of work and be proud of working hard, both things that I embrace deeply, and also proud of taking care of themselves. It's all possible. You don't have to sacrifice wellness for hard work. You can work hard and be well. My journey continues. Even doing this video and showing vulnerability in this public way is difficult. But it's important to be open about how we support our mental health at work. The more we show how centering wellness can make us more capable leaders, the better, even if it's sometimes uncomfortable to talk about. So thanks again to Mindshare Partners for all you do to support workplaces and help leaders like me go first in showing how important it is for all of us to be taking care of our mental health.